What if I told you that one simple exercise performed for just 5 minutes a day could eliminate weak legs, prevent dangerous falls, and reverse muscle loss faster than hours at the gym? Are you spending money on gym memberships you barely use? Do you struggle to climb stairs or get up from a chair? Have you been told you need complex workout routines when there's one exercise that does it all? According to research published in the Journal of Gerontology, the exercise I'm about to reveal rebuilds leg strength faster than any other movement, requires zero equipment, and can be done anywhere by anyone, regardless of fitness level. Welcome to the Milestone Mentor, where we share health secrets that transform your life without expensive equipment or complicated routines. If you want stronger legs, better balance, and the confidence to stay active and independent, hit that subscribe button right now and ring that notification bell. Don't wait, subscribe now. I'm revealing which exercise top surgeons recommend above all others, why it's superior to everything else, exactly how to perform it safely for maximum results, and how it can add years of mobility to your life. Are you ready to discover the ultimate leg strengthening exercise? Let's rebuild your strength and reclaim your independence. Let me start with a critical reality check. Do you know what happens to your leg muscles after 50? According to Johns Hopkins researchers, you lose 3 to 5% of your muscle mass per decade after age 30. And this accelerates dramatically after 50, with some people losing up to 15% per decade. Mayo Clinic reports that leg muscles deteriorate faster than any other muscle group because modern sedentary lifestyles mean we barely use them. And this muscle loss, called sarcopenia, affects over 50 million people worldwide. Cleveland Clinic emphasizes that weak legs are the #1 predictor of falls, disability, nursing home admission, and early death in older adults, making leg strength literally a matter of life and death. Harvard Health found that people with weak quadriceps have 3 times higher risk of falling, and falls are the leading cause of injury death in people over 65. Are your legs getting weaker? WebMD warns that weak legs cause a devastating cascade, including inability to climb stairs, difficulty getting up from chairs or toilets, poor balance leading to falls, loss of independence, social isolation, and rapid overall health decline. The American Journal of Medicine published research showing that leg strength is more predictive of longevity than any other single health marker, including blood pressure, cholesterol, or weight. Johns Hopkins geriatricians discovered that people who maintain leg strength into old age live longer, stay independent, avoid nursing homes, and maintain cognitive function better than those with weak legs. Mayo Clinic emphasizes that the good news is leg strength can be rebuilt at any age, and one specific exercise is more effective than all others combined. Now let me explain why common leg exercises don't work for most people. Are you doing leg exercises that aren't helping? According to research in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning, traditional gym exercises like leg presses, leg extensions, and leg curls isolate individual muscles, but fail to build functional strength needed for daily activities. Johns Hopkins physical therapists found that machine-based exercises don't improve balance or coordination because you're seated and stabilized by the machine, so they don't translate to real-world movements like walking, climbing stairs, or preventing falls. Mayo Clinic warns that these exercises require gym memberships costing $50 to $100 monthly, and most people over 60 find gyms intimidating or inaccessible. Cleveland Clinic emphasizes that exercises like lunges, step-ups, and Bulgarian split squats are too difficult for people with existing weakness, causing poor form, injury risk, and discouragement. Harvard Health reports that walking, while beneficial for cardiovascular health, doesn't build significant leg strength, especially in people who already have muscle loss, and it doesn't address the specific strength patterns needed to prevent falls. Do you feel overwhelmed by complicated routines? WebMD notes that multi-exercise routines requiring 30 to 60 minutes are unrealistic for most people who won't maintain consistency. And without consistency, there are no results. The American College of Sports Medicine found that people over 60 have low adherence to complex exercise programs, with over 70% dropping out within 3 months. Johns Hopkins researchers discovered that the key is finding one exercise that builds comprehensive leg strength, improves balance, mimics real-world movements, requires no equipment, takes minimal time, and can be done safely by anyone. Mayo Clinic emphasizes that this exercise exists, and top orthopedic surgeons consider it the single most important movement for leg health. Now let me reveal the exercise that changes everything. The exercise is the sit to stand, also called the chair squat. And before you dismiss its simplicity, understand that this movement is considered by orthopedic surgeons to be the most functional and effective leg strengthening exercise ever studied. Are you surprised it's so simple? According to research published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity, the sit to stand exercise activates all major leg muscles simultaneously, including quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calves, while also engaging core muscles for stability. Johns Hopkins biomechanics experts explain that this movement pattern is identical to dozens of daily activities, including getting out of bed, standing from the toilet, rising from chairs, and climbing stairs, making it the most functionally relevant exercise possible. Mayo Clinic emphasizes that the sit to stand is a closed-chain exercise, meaning your feet stay planted on the ground, which builds real-world strength and balance that transfers directly to fall prevention. Cleveland Clinic reports that this exercise requires zero equipment, can be done anywhere you have a chair, takes just 5 minutes, and can be modified for any fitness level from severely deconditioned to athlete. Harvard Health found that performing sit-to-stands daily produces greater improvements in functional leg strength and fall risk reduction than any other single exercise. WebMD highlights that this movement builds bone density through its weight-bearing nature, reduces arthritis pain by strengthening muscles that support joints, and improves cardiovascular fitness when done continuously. The Journal of Rehabilitation Medicine published research showing that sit-to-stand training improved leg strength by 30 to 50% in just 8 weeks in people over 70 with severe weakness. Johns Hopkins orthopedic surgeons recommend this exercise above all others for post-surgery rehabilitation, injury prevention, and healthy aging. Now subscribe to The Milestone Mentor because we share simple, powerful health strategies like this every week. Subscribe now. Let me explain the biomechanics that make this exercise so effective. According to research in the Journal of Biomechanics, the sit-to-stand movement requires coordinated activation of 14 major muscle groups in a precise sequence, creating comprehensive strength development that isolated exercises cannot match. Johns Hopkins kinesiology experts explain that the initial phase loads the quadriceps eccentrically as you lean forward, then concentrically as you push up, providing both types of muscle contraction needed for complete strength development. Mayo Clinic emphasizes that the movement activates the posterior chain, including hamstrings and glutes, which are critical for posture, balance, and power. And these muscles are often neglected in traditional exercises. Cleveland Clinic reports that the core muscles, including abdominals and spinal erectors, must stabilize the trunk throughout the movement, building functional core strength that prevents back pain and improves overall stability. Harvard Health found that the movement challenges proprioception and balance systems as you transition between sitting and standing, training the neuromuscular pathways that prevent falls. Are you understanding the complexity? WebMD highlights that the exercise improves ankle, knee, and hip joint mobility through full range of motion, preventing stiffness and maintaining flexibility. The American Journal of Physical Medicine published research showing that sit-to-stand training improves neural drive to muscles, meaning your nervous system learns to recruit muscle fibers more efficiently, amplifying strength gains beyond just muscle growth. Johns Hopkins researchers discovered that the movement elevates heart rate and breathing when performed continuously, providing cardiovascular conditioning alongside strength building. Mayo Clinic studies demonstrate that sit-to-stand exercise reduces inflammation markers and improves insulin sensitivity, providing metabolic benefits beyond just leg strength. Cleveland Clinic emphasizes that the functional nature means every repetition directly improves your ability to perform daily activities, unlike gym exercises that build muscle without improving real-world function. Now let me teach you the exact technique and progressions. According to Johns Hopkins physical therapy protocols, Step 1 is choosing the right chair height. Start with a standard dining chair where your knees are at 90 degrees when seated. And if this is too difficult, use a higher surface like your bed or a chair with cushions. Mayo Clinic instructs Step 2 of proper starting position. Sit toward the front edge of the chair with feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, knees aligned over ankles not collapsed inward, and hands on thighs or crossed over chest. Cleveland Clinic details Step 3 of the movement. Lean forward from your hips, bringing your nose over your toes, while keeping your back straight. Shift your weight onto your feet and push through your heels to stand up completely with hips and knees fully extended. Do you have the form right? Harvard Health emphasizes Step 4 of the descent. Slowly lower yourself back down with control, touching the chair gently without collapsing, and maintain the same forward lean and straight back. WebMD stresses that the entire movement should be smooth and controlled, taking 3 to 4 seconds to stand and 3 to 4 seconds to sit. The Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy recommends Step 5 of breathing. Exhale as you stand up and inhale as you sit down, never holding your breath. Johns Hopkins provides progression 1 for beginners with weakness. Use your hands to push off your thighs or chair armrests to assist the movement, and gradually reduce hand assistance as you get stronger. Mayo Clinic suggests progression 2 for intermediate. Perform the movement without hand assistance, focusing on perfect form and control. Cleveland Clinic recommends progression 3 for advanced. Hold light weights at your sides or chest to increase resistance, or slow down the tempo to 5 seconds up and 5 seconds down for greater intensity. Harvard Health offers progression 4 for elite. Perform the exercise on one leg or lower to a lower chair or bench for greater range of motion. WebMD emphasizes that most people should start with assisted sit-to-stands and progress gradually over weeks, never rushing progression or sacrificing form. The American College of Sports Medicine found that proper progression prevents injury and maximizes strength gains, while progressing too quickly leads to poor form and plateaus. Let me give you the complete sit-to-stand protocol for maximum results. According to Harvard Health exercise physiologists, perform sit-to-stands 5 to 6 days per week for consistency, and your muscles need frequent stimulation to grow stronger. Johns Hopkins recommends starting with 3 sets of 10 repetitions if you can, or 3 sets of 5 repetitions if you're very weak, resting 1 to 2 minutes between sets. Mayo Clinic emphasizes that if you cannot complete even 5 repetitions, do as many as possible 3 times daily, and you will rapidly build strength to reach 10 repetitions. Cleveland Clinic suggests increasing repetitions by 1 to 2 per week as you get stronger, working toward 3 sets of 15 repetitions. Harvard Health stresses that once you reach 15 repetitions easily, progress to the next difficulty level, rather than doing endless repetitions, because continued challenge is necessary for continued improvement. Are you ready to commit? WebMD recommends performing the exercise at the same time daily to build a habit, and morning is ideal because it activates your legs for the day ahead. The Journal of Aging Research found that combining sit-to-stands with a short walk amplifies benefits, so consider doing your sets, then walking for 10 to 15 minutes. Johns Hopkins emphasizes the importance of tracking. Write down your sets and reps daily to see progress and stay motivated. Mayo Clinic suggests taking a video of yourself monthly to check form and see visible improvements in speed and confidence. Cleveland Clinic recommends pairing the exercise with balance training by standing on one foot for 30 seconds after each set, which further reduces fall risk. Harvard Health found that adequate protein intake is essential for muscle growth, so consume 20 to 30 grams of protein within 2 hours of exercise. WebMD highlights that sleep and recovery are when muscles rebuild stronger, so prioritize 7 to 9 hours of sleep nightly. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition emphasizes staying hydrated and ensuring adequate vitamin D levels, as deficiency impairs muscle function and recovery. Let me give you realistic expectations about your progress. According to research in the Journal of Gerontology, most people notice improved confidence and reduced leg fatigue within the first week of consistent sit-to-stand training. Johns Hopkins physical therapists report that by week 2, people typically find they can rise from chairs more easily and with less effort. Mayo Clinic shows that measurable strength gains appear around week 4, with most people increasing their repetitions by 30 to 50%. Cleveland Clinic emphasizes that by week 8, significant functional improvements are evident, including easier stair climbing, better balance, reduced fall risk, and increased walking endurance. Harvard Health reports that people often notice reduced knee and hip pain around week 6 as stronger muscles better support and protect joints. Are you tracking these milestones? WebMD highlights that bone density improvements take longer, with measurable changes appearing after 6 to 12 months of consistent weight-bearing exercise. The American Journal of Physical Medicine found that participants who performed sit-to-stands daily for 12 weeks had 40 to 60% improvements in functional leg strength tests. Johns Hopkins researchers discovered that improvements plateau around 12 to 16 weeks at a given difficulty level, at which point progression to a harder variation is necessary for continued gains. Mayo Clinic stresses that benefits are lost if you stop training, with strength declining within 2 to 3 weeks of cessation, so this must become a lifelong habit. Cleveland Clinic emphasizes that the time investment is tiny compared to the return. 5 minutes daily preserves independence, prevents falls, and allows you to maintain activities you love for years longer than if you do nothing. Let me share real transformations from people who committed to this exercise. According to case studies published in rehabilitation journals, a 78-year-old woman who couldn't get off her toilet without assistance started doing assisted sit-to-stands 3 times daily, and within 6 weeks regained complete independence. Johns Hopkins documented a 72-year-old man who had fallen twice and was terrified of moving, started the protocol using a high chair with armrests, and after 8 weeks, his functional leg strength test scores improved by 55%, and he had 0 falls. Mayo Clinic reported an 80-year-old woman facing nursing home placement due to immobility who committed to daily sit-to-stands, and after 12 weeks, she could climb stairs again and remained in her own home. Cleveland Clinic shared the story of a 65-year-old with severe knee arthritis who was told he needed surgery. But after 10 weeks of sit-to-stand training, his pain reduced by 70%, and surgery was no longer necessary. Harvard Health tracked a 75-year-old who couldn't play with grandchildren due to leg weakness, and after 8 weeks of the protocol, she could get up and down from the floor and actively play. Are you inspired yet? WebMD documented a 68-year-old recovering from hip replacement who used sit-to-stands as primary rehabilitation and regained full function 6 weeks faster than average. The Journal of Rehabilitation published a case of an 85-year-old who went from needing a walker to walking independently after 16 weeks of progressive sit-to-stand training. Johns Hopkins researchers found that groups doing sit-to-stands had significantly better functional outcomes and quality of life than those doing traditional physical therapy exercises. Are you ready to transform your legs with just 5 minutes a day? Here's what to do immediately. First, subscribe to the Milestone Mentor right now, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we share simple, powerful health strategies every week. Subscribe now. Second, find a sturdy chair and perform your first set of sit-to-stands today, right after watching this video, starting with whatever number you can complete with good form. Third, commit to the protocol of 5 to 6 days per week for at least 8 weeks, tracking your reps daily to watch your progress. Fourth, share this video with everyone over 60, because weak legs affect millions, and this one exercise could prevent falls, preserve independence, and save lives. Leave a comment telling me your current leg strength and what activities you want to get back to doing. According to the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, functional leg exercises like sit-to-stands are the most effective intervention for preventing falls and maintaining mobility as we age. Thank you for watching The Milestone Mentor. Now start your sit-to-stands today and rebuild your strength. Subscribe and see you next video.